so if you did that first, then you wrote this as sine over cosine. And you multiply that by cosine over sine minus cosine. That's what you did first? That's one way to do it. So then what did you do? You got a common denominator, okay. So if you're getting a common denominator, that means that you multiplied this fraction here by sine. Okay, so when you do that, you would have sine times sine over cosine. And then inside of the parentheses, you have cosine minus cosine sine all over sine. Okay. Wait a minute. Now this is different. I might like this way. I didn't think about it like this. Okay, so what do you notice? What can you do? Wait, what'd you say, Daniel? Oh, you gonna take out a GCF? Yeah. Is that what you did? That's what I did. Did you do that too, Kimberly? Or you did a whole different way? Oh, you did? Oh, okay. All right. So we're gonna take out a GCF. And then you have a cosine on the outside. And then 1 minus sine. And that's all over cosine. Oh, sorry. It's not all over. It's all over what? Sine. Okay. Oh, wait a minute now. I did not do this way. 5th period. You all are teaching me a new way. So now what? Multiply? Cancel out? What you canceling out? Cancel out the sine. And what else? And the cosine. Wow, leaving me with 1 minus sine. That is interesting. Just curious, you don't have to go over it, but did anybody do it a different way? Is how everybody did it? Okay. Huh? Well, what I did, and I'm not trying to say, it's because you got the right answer. So first of all, there's nothing wrong with the way you did it, but this is how we did it 5th period, and we'll see what 7th period comes up with. But we distribute it like that. And then that was 10 times cotan minus 10 times cosine. And these are sisters, which I don't know if you remember what I said. What do you get when you multiply sisters? 1. 1 minus, and then tangent is sine over cosine times cosine. And then this cancels. And you get 1 minus sine. Now that's the way 5th period did it. But again, you still got it right. That would be perfectly fine. All right, so now let's go ahead to our notes. Let's finish out our... We started with double angle, and I think the only one we have left is cosine double angle. Did I? You know what I think I did? Oh, I didn't. I was about to say. I think I accidentally cut off question 1. So we'll come back to 1 later. And we'll start. Let's go to question 2. I did not mean to cut out that question. I forgot that we are not finished with that one. 5th period was done with it yesterday, and I did not mean to get rid of it. But that's okay. We'll come back and finish it. We'll finish it later. So let's go to number 2. All right, number 2. They want us to find cosine. They want us to find, how do I know this is a double angle? What do you think? How do you know it's a double? You're right, but how do we know it's a double angle? Would you agree that when you multiply x by 2, that's doubling it? Would you agree anytime you multiply something by 2, you're doubling it? So if it says find tangent 2x, cosine 2x, sine 2x, that means double angle. Okay, but this first one is just asking us to find cosine. So if we know sine is 4 over 5, which is y over r, we need to find x. So I'll give you a couple minutes to solve that for x. What did you get for x? 3. So x is 3. Looking for my cord, my charger. Pretty short. I'm really not sure how this is going to work. Okay. Show me with your fingers. So, wait, let me go back. So we figured out that x is 3. Okay. Show me with your fingers, what quadrant is this? What quadrant are we in where it says pi over 2 to pi? Quadrant 2? I agree. If we're in quadrant 2, is cosine positive or negative in quadrant 2? Negative. So that means that the cosine of x is negative 3 over 5. So we figured out that x is 3. So cosine is 3/5. But because it's in quadrant 2, it has to be negative. Okay. Now it's asking us to find a sine double angle. So let's go to your paper. Sine double angle, there's only one option right here. This is my only formula. And again, you will get these formulas. You do not need to memorize them. So if I'm looking for a sine double angle, the formula for sine double angle says to take 2 times the cosine times the sine. That's our formula. So that would be 2 times cosine would be negative 3/5. And sine is positive 4/5. So you're multiplying across. Multiply 2 times negative 3 times 4. 1 times 5 times 5. So what is 2 times 3 times 4? 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 4 would be a negative 24. 1 times 5 is 25. So who got that answer? Good job. So we have our cosine. Then we have our sine double angle. So now let's talk about cosine double angle. Cosine double angle, you have 3 choices. A, B, C. It doesn't matter. You get the same answer every single time. So which one do you want to use? So Robin, pick one. B? All right, let's do B. So if we're going to do B, B says that the cosine double angle is equal to 1 minus, which one is B again? 2 cosine squared minus 1. Okay. So 2 cosine squared minus 1. Okay. So that would be 2 times my cosine, which we figured out was negative 3/5 squared minus 1. So we're going to do order of operations. First thing you're going to do is square 3/5. When you square 3/5, that means you're going to square the 3 and you're going to square the 5. What would that give you? Ooh, negative 9/25 or positive 9/25. Okay, minus 1. Now the next thing is multiply. So let's go ahead and multiply our fraction. So we're going to multiply 2 times 9 and 1 times 25. Which will give you 18/25 minus 1. So I need a common denominator. If I'm trying to get a common denominator, I have to multiply this fraction top and bottom by 25. So what that gives me is 18/25 minus 25/25. And what is 18 minus 25? So our cosine double angle is negative 7/25. So now we have found all 3. And again, you get that 5th period, we use option A. We did cosine squared minus sine squared. We still got negative 7/25. So it does not matter. You pick, you will still get the right answer. All right, so now let's solve a few equations and then we will end there. So this is cosine double angle. So this is a cosine double angle. So we need to make a substitution. Before I can solve this, I need to make a substitution. So looking at your formula sheet, remember cosine double angle has 3 choices. But when you look at the rest of the equation, notice that the rest of my equation has a sign. Does everybody see that? It has a negative sign squared. So let's pick the option that only has sign. So which option, A, B, or C, only has sign? C. So I'm going to substitute my cosine double angle for this. That's what I'm going to substitute. So here I have 1 minus 2 sine squared x equals negative sine squared x. Now, only because, and this is optional, you don't have to do that. I'm going to do a u substitution. I'm going to say u is sine. So that would be 1 minus 2 u squared equals the negative u squared. Go ahead and solve that for you. Did you get plus and minus 1? Let's work through it. First thing I'm going to do is add, excuse me, 2u squared. Which is going to give me 1 equals u squared. And then I'm going to take the square root. And don't forget, whenever you take the square root, it's a plus and a minus. So we get u equals plus and minus 1. So where on the unit circle is sign positive or negative 1? What would be your 2 answers? What'd you say? No. Sine, not tangent. So sine would be pi over 2. Where else? 3 pi over 2. And that would be your answers. Okay, any questions about this one? So again, you want to start by doing, if you see a double angle, it could be, if it says sine 2x, cosine 2x, tangent 2x, you have to do a substitution first. Okay, let's go to the next page. Let's look at number 4. Or maybe it's not on the next page for you all. Okay, do you see a double angle? Yeah. Right here. So there's only one option for a sine double angle though. That's my only choice. So I'm going to replace that with 2 cosine x sine x. And then minus sine x equals 0. So, now what? Three letters. GCF. What's the GCF? Miles, what do you think the GCF is? Sine. Okay, let's divide both of these by sine. So now sine is on the outside. And then what I have left on the inside is 2 cosine minus, and this is where a lot of students get a little confused here. What do you get when you divide sine by sine? Do you get 0 or do you get 1? 1. A lot of people forget to put that 1. All right, so now we're going to solve these individually. So first one, sine x equals 0. Where is sine equal to 0? Go ahead, look at your unit circle. There should be 2 places where sine is 0. Pi and 2 pi? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, we can't use 2 pi only because notice how 2 pi has a parentheses, but 0 has a bracket. So we don't use the 2 pi, we use 0. So our answer would be 0 and pi. All right, now let's go ahead and solve. 2 cosine x minus 1 equals 0. First thing you're going to do is add 1. Go ahead and add 1 to both sides of your equation. And then I need to get rid of the 2. So how do I get rid of the 2? Divide. So where on the unit circle is cosine 1/2? Remember, cosine is positive in quadrants 1 and 4. So where are the 2 places where cosine is positive 1/2? Pi over 3 and 5 pi over 3. Do we agree? And that would be our 2 answers. So now we have solved that. So again, we start off by doing our substitution. Again, that's only if it's a double angle. We have to do our substitution. Really good questions. All right, last one. Do we have a double angle? Yeah, we do. Now, we'll know which one to use based off the rest. So this is my double angle. But the rest of my equation has a cosine. So I'm going to use the option that has cosine. So this is the one I'm going to use right here. So let's be careful though. This can be a little tricky. So we have cosine squared x minus, I want you to make parentheses, equals 1/2. Okay, inside of the parentheses, we're going to put 2 cosine squared x minus 1. So, again, this is optional, but I'm going to write it with the u. If I write it with a u, it would be u squared minus 2u squared minus 1 equals 1/2. So we got to do some solving here. We got to go back to solving equations. What would be your first step? What do you do first? Begins with a D. Distribute. You're going to multiply that -1 because there's an invisible 1 right here. So when you distribute, you have u squared minus 2u squared. And then what would that -1 change to? A +1. All right, the next step would be to combine your like terms, which is 1 minus 2. 1 minus 2 is -1. Then we need to subtract the 1. All right. So this might be a little tricky. But when you subtract 1 from 1/2, you get -1/2. All right, now we're going to divide both sides by -1, which gives me a positive u squared equals a +1/2. How do you get rid of the square? Square root it. And we're going to square root it individually. So I have u equals plus and minus 1 over root 2. But we never leave a radical in our denominator. What do we have to do to get rid of the radical? Robin? Multiply by root 2. So I get that u, and what is u? U is cosine. So cosine equals plus and minus root 2 over 2. So go to your unit circle and tell me, where is cosine positive root 2 or negative root 2? Wait, sorry. Positive root 2 over 2 or negative root 2 over 2. There should be 4 answers. So what'd you say, Toby? All right, that's 1. Aisha, give me another one. 3 pi over 4. Good. Makara, give me another one. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you right there. Evelyn, give me another one. We got 1 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4. You go to quadrant 3. 5 pi over 4. Hey, where's the last one? 7 pi over 4. And that would be our 4 answers. So right now, you can only do the front side of homework 12. How do you get ready for the test? Homework completion. Homework is essentially practice questions. So everyone should use these next 10 minutes to work on homework 12 or homework 11. And if you have questions, I am here to answer those questions.